Good morning. I hope everyone's well today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your time and consider liking and subscribing. There's been a bit of a debate over the past few days about whether English is a ethnicity, and I wanted to give my two pence worth for what you may think of it. I think it does exist, but it's diluted. You may look at me and say, I'm English. I've never said that. I've always said I'm British. I'm from the UK, I'm British, I am from the United Kingdom. My paternal grandfather was Welsh. My maternal great-grandparents came over from Eire before the partition of Ireland, so when it was in the United Kingdom. And so I've always saw myself as a bit of a British mongrel. Okay, I can't say I'm English because I don't think I am English, I think I'm British. That's just my opinion. Your mileage may vary on that point. It gets more complicated because we've got things like this happening in the country. Okay, let's just have a look at this. Military families have been moved out of a village down south in Essex called Wethersfield. Okay, this place is tiny. There's 700 people in the village, and now the migrants, the people that have come over the channel undocumented, we have no idea who they are, where they've come from. We have to take it on their word that they are above board. They broke into the country illegally. Okay? That's actually everything you need to know about the calibre of person that's coming over. Their first act to get here was to break the law. To my reckoning, they shouldn't be allowed to stay. That's just my stance on the matter. Some immigration can be good. I've always said pro-immigration is good if it's managed. This is the whole point. It's about the level of immigration, shall we say. And then you get people on Twitter that sort of go on to troll, like this person. She's brown, she's Hindu, she's East African Indian, she's British, she's Londoner, and she's also English. There's so many contradictions in that I don't even know where to begin. And they're just doing it for the clicks, and they're just doing it for the likes. The major issue that a lot of British people have is there's a sense of unfairness to the whole thing. People think that if you distrust the outsider, you distrust the person you don't know what their intentions are, and they don't look like you. That's racist. I reject that wholesale. It's ingrained, it's genetic, to the point where it's a survival instinct. It's a protection of your own and your tribe against people that you don't know their intentions are. You see it in other animals all over the world. You see it in different species all over the world. This isn't specific to humans. When you look at a lion that comes in to take over a pride, they're not there for a particular reason. Sorry, they are there for a very specific reason, to take over the pride, to take over the resources, and now they're running with the pride. So you see it in every species of animal where there's a hierarchy, okay? And humans are no different in that regard. So for our governments to gaslight us, to tell us, well, we have to accept the infinite number of people coming into the country, because if you don't, you're racist. That's what I reject. I think people can move here, and they can embrace our society. That doesn't change their ethnic origin, and that doesn't change who they are fundamentally. Rishi Sunak, for example, identifies as a British Indian. He doesn't identify as English. It's as simple as that. So when people say, well, Rishi Sunak is English, well, no, he's not. By his own admission, he said he's not. There's a lot of people that are angry about the resources and jobs going to people that are not from the United Kingdom, or aren't, shall we say, they don't have the roots in the UK or in Britain or the British Isles. They seem to get priority over the native population. And there's a lot of legislation like the Race Relations Act and the Equality Act that may have been created with the best of intentions to create a level playing field. Well, that's not the result. It's actually a tilted playing field to the advantage of the minority. So it goes against the entire idea of the British sense of fair play. These are just my thoughts on the matter. Your mileage may vary. You can look at a picture of Rishi Sunak when he was on a state visit to India with the Indian government. A lot of people could say, well, he looks more at home there. That may be true. That may not be true. We don't know what was in Rishi Sunak's mind. That's not what the video is about. I know personally that if I lived anywhere else but Britain, I would feel like an outsider, and my children would still be British. They wouldn't be whoever. If I moved to Greece, my children wouldn't be Greek. They would be British, and we would come home at some point. That's just my view on the matter. I always feel that way. When I leave Britain, I feel torn because I want to go back. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up and give me a like. I hope I've laid out my thoughts on the matter. Minorities are advantaged in our society, and it's done to gaslight the native population. I appreciate your time. Consider sharing the video. Have a good day.